Hello, and welcome back to another flight review. If you're new here, my name is Jet, and today I'm flying with Air France on a 787 in economy from Seattle to Paris. We're starting off at my home airport of SeaTac, otherwise known as Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. With Air France being a close partner of Delta and a member of SkyTeam, it's no coincidence their check-in counter is right next to Delta's. I have status with Delta, so I'm able to use the Sky Priority lane, but as you can see, there's really no queue in either line. With that, check-in was quick and easy, and it took me less than 5 minutes to drop my bag off and get my boarding pass. When flying in economy with Air France, one piece of checked luggage is included with your ticket. However, if you purchase a light economy fare, checked luggage is not included. And on this route, you can expect to pay $75 for your first piece of checked luggage. Just like most international flights here at SeaTac, we're departing from the depressing South Satellite. Today's gate is S11, but I'd say stay in the main terminal for as long as you can. There's really not much out at the South Satellite, and you're really limited when it comes to food and snacks out here. The train really only takes about 5 minutes, so as long as you're at your gate for boarding, you'll be fine. SeaTac has a lot of construction going on right now, with a few terminal renovations underway. S-Gates is thankfully up for renovation too, but it won't be for a while. S-Gates is hit or miss with the views, but I was able to catch today's 787-9 rolling in. At 6 years old, F-HRBF isn't the oldest 787 in the Air France fleet, but it could still use a wash. Friendly crew welcomed me on board, and I passed through the small premium economy section on my way to today's seat, 15K. Air France has their 787s configured in the standard 333 economy, with 15K being a window seat at the bulkhead. Unfortunately, I didn't hit record, so I didn't get any footage of the seats, so we're just gonna have to look at these photos I took. As you can see, Air France uses a pretty standard fabric seat with a leather headrest. There's some nice pops of red here and there, and the headrest is adjustable and the inner armrests are movable, as seen here. The bulkhead seats offer some great legroom, and you still get this smaller seatback pocket with your safety card and an air sickness bag. My camera lens barely fits, so don't plan on putting too much in there. Waiting at each seat was a mediocre pair of over-ear headphones, along with a standard fleece blanket and a pretty nice pillow with a cloth cover. Your flight attendant call button and light control is by your thigh, and each seat also features a universal power outlet. Sadly, there were no individual air nozzles. We were running about 10 minutes behind schedule, but soon enough we started our pushback for the 9-hour and 6-minute flight to Paris. 15-ish minutes after takeoff, the curtains were closed and the crew came around with moist towelettes for everyone. There wasn't any pre-meal drink and snack service, just the towelettes. One quick note, in the bulkhead seats, your rather small tray table is in your armrest, so you do lose some seat width. Anyhow, 45 minutes after we got the towelettes, my vegetarian special meal was delivered. And 15 minutes after that, everyone else's meal, along with the drink cart, came too. I just got a Coke Zero, but alcohol is also free in economy. My main for today was some sort of vegetarian curry with rice, and along with that there was a green salad, some fruit, cold bread, a cup of water, salt, pepper, cream, and sugar. If I had to score this meal out of 10, I'd give it maybe a 6.5. There wasn't anything necessarily wrong with it, but it was just kind of meh. It felt a bit cheap, like a microwave meal, and there really didn't seem to be much thought behind it. I'm also starting to wonder if SeaTac just has mediocre catering in general, as it never seems to hit right on my flights out. I always feel a little bit bad when I'm in the window seat and need to pee, since the two people sitting next to me are either going to get smothered or have to get up. I made it to the restroom, and it's really just your standard lavatory, albeit in a bit of a disheveled state. There's 2 coat hooks, some missing metal, soap, a standard sink, tissues, paper towels, and 2 rolls of 2-ply toilet paper. There's a handle by the toilet in case it gets bumpy, along with a baby changing table and your standard toilet. Air France does offer in-flight Wi-Fi, but I can't tell you how fast it is because I didn't want to pay 18 euros for the full flight. They also offer free in-flight messaging, but my phone wouldn't connect throughout the flight. So if that's any indication about the Wi-Fi quality, I'd say avoid paying for it unless you absolutely need it. Bulkhead seats are great for your legs, but horrible for your neck when the IFE is in your armrest. Overall though, the IFE was responsive to my touch and had a great selection of TV shows, movies, music, games, and of course, a moving map. Honestly though, I hate when IFEs are in the armrests and sometimes pass on bulkhead seats just for this reason. Like I said earlier, the viewing angle is trash and the whole thing is just kind of in the way. I like to just leave my IFE on the moving map, but in this case I just put the IFE away so it's out of the way. The sun was setting, so the crew dimmed the lights along with all of our windows to let people sleep. If you do get hungry during the flight, the crew sets up a little self-service snack situation in the rear galley. There's a box of French offerings, along with some juices, water, and some yogurt drinks and sandwiches. I was able to sleep for a couple of hours, and before I knew it, the cabin lights were back on for breakfast. Air France passes out these cute little bags for the second meal, and inside mine there was a soggy veggie sandwich, applesauce, orange juice, and a rice cracker. The crew also, of course, came around with a full drink service too, and I just went for a coffee. Breakfast wrapped up, and that marked the end of service on today's flight. With the Olympics coming up, I was interested to see if or how Air France was going to acknowledge them on board. I wasn't expecting much, but maybe a festive pillowcase or some special duty-free items for sale. I was thinking about how Qatar had special soft products for the World Cup, or something even small like how US carriers always have special napkins for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But there was literally nothing seen or said about the Olympics on board. I took this flight in mid-April, so maybe I was just too early, but I just Googled it and I'm still seeing no news or announcements about anything other than the fact that Air France is the official partner of the 2024 Games. Their website does emphasize how proud they are to be the partner with a whole marketing campaign dedicated to the Games. But otherwise, this seems like a pretty big missed opportunity to spice up the passenger experience. It's not every day your country gets to host the Olympics, and I get it, not everybody cares about the Games. But still, this was a chance for Air France to do something memorable for their brand and their country and make an impression on a lot of customers that might be flying with them for the first time. Now, like I said, I might have just flown them way too early, and if that's the case, then everything I'm saying is moot. But if I were them, I'd really milk this opportunity out and start pushing the Games sooner rather than later. Anyways, looking at my experience with Air France as a passenger just trying to get from point A to point B, I'd say it's safe to expect a pretty standard experience. There's no gimmicks, things ran smoothly, and the food was fine. The crew was very kind and made sure to let you know alcohol was free, which is nice because you don't always know what's included and what's not. Sometimes you don't get what you technically paid for because you didn't know you could even get it. I will say the cabin was a bit dingy and looked a bit old for only being in service for 6 years. Given the large influx of passengers they'll be flying for the Games, I would think they'd want to get their fleet in tip-top shape, because again, first impressions matter. Looking at my notes, I did write cramped as hell, but I think that's just a con of the bulkhead seats sometimes. You have a lot of space in front of you, but with the fixed armrests and loss of seat width, sometimes you don't have a lot of space next to you. The little red accents scattered around the cabin definitely help liven it all up a bit, and the seats were a bit firm as expected these days. As far as amenities go, definitely bring your own headphones if you have them. The blanket is just what you'd expect for an economy fleece blanket, and the pillow is probably a little better than average. Fabric pillowcases can really make all the difference, so kudos to Air France for not using those garbage single-use scratchy pillowcases. I wouldn't hesitate flying with Air France again, and I don't think you should either. My experience wasn't necessarily chic, nor was there much of a French flair. The little French snack box in the back was nice, but maybe a baby baguette or something like that with the main meal service would be a fun touch. If the price is right, I'd definitely say give Air France a try. Also, if you're flying Air France to the Games, let me know in the comments, and also let me know if anything has changed on board.
bienvenue à Paris, aéroport Charles de Gaulle. Il est 8 heures passées de 8 minutes en heure locale et votre salle d'arrivée est située au terminal 2 Hall L. Vous pouvez dès à présent désactiver le mode avion. Votre ceinture de sécurité doit rester attachée jusqu'à l'extinction de la consigne. Nous vous prions d'être attentifs aux éventuelles chutes d'objets à l'ouverture des coffres à bagages.
Like always, a huge thank you to all of you for watching another one of my flight reviews. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you aren't already subscribed, please help me out and hit that subscribe button, along with the bell so you know when I post a new video. I have a lot to edit, so I'm not totally sure what will be up next. I'll put a vote out on my community page, but it could be China Airlines in economy on an A350, Japan Airlines in premium economy on their A350-1000, Korean Air in prestige class, or Hawaiian Airlines A330 economy. Just check my community page and be sure to vote to help me choose what to edit next. Anyhow, thanks again so much for watching, and please be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you all again soon.